Learners, it's Steve. I hope that you're doing well. I wanted to just do this quick video on developing competency. I feel like this topic really relates well to our theme for week number 7, which is the reflections on worthwhile work, and also leading into our theme for week number 8, which is going to be looking at challenges and problem solving. So what is competence as this applies to your internship? Well, we're keeping it simple here. So we're defining competence as the ability to face challenge and do something well. You have now been performing your internship for over a month or so for most of you. And with that, I'm sure you have experienced some challenges, but also you have experienced some successes. You've experienced some I got it moments, or when the light bulb kind of goes on and you realize that you have learned a particular function or mastered a particular responsibility with your internship. That's really what we're talking about when we're thinking about what competence is. And how do we achieve competence? What does it result from? I listed here 3 main points of reference. The first is the challenge aspect again. So we have to have that prerequisite, I guess you could say, of challenge, being able to effectively manage challenge, leading then into allowing us to still perform at a mastery level our responsibilities of our internship. So those 2 ingredients are pretty much the main focal points of what competence results from. You can throw in a third there in terms of the environment. So what's the environment? Does it support the development and skills and abilities that are going to really allow you to function at a competent level? And finally, here we have some signs of increasing competency. Actually, I have one more slide after this, so my apologies to you. Increasing competence. So these are probably things that are easy to recognize. Not having to ask quite as many questions, adopting that I can do that attitude, and just general feelings of self-confidence. And some building strategies for increasing your internship competency. I've listed some of them here. I'm going to go back a little bit and say we still want you asking questions, but increasingly sophisticated or questions that have a little more depth as you move throughout the stages of your internship. Modeling the behaviors of others, so observing how others respond to maybe some challenging situations in your internship, seeking to understand the deeper meaning as to why your host site operates the way it does. Why does it have, for example, certain policies and procedures in place? Taking things one step at a time, and that involves really respecting and appreciating patience as it relates to developing competency. Making an effort to see things from different perspectives. So kind of getting out of your frame of reference, your lived experiences, and having a willingness to go beyond that and look at situations from different angles. And then finally, being open and willing to take on more complex responsibilities. So I've been teaching this class for a while now, and every semester, every session, I see a high initiative from the students that I work with in terms of their willingness to even ask for more responsibilities. Well, what can I do? How can I help? So speaking of help, I hope this was helpful for you in understanding a little bit more about what competency is, and keep this topic in mind as we approach next week's module focusing on challenges and problem solving. If you are planning to do the reflections on worthwhile work learning event for this week, the wildcard learning event. You might want to consider incorporating maybe competency into the discussion or conversation a little bit. So thank you so much for listening, and keep up the great work.